Okay. Okay, so I think I'm live. Okay. Okay, so this is Love and Hip Hop, season 6, episode 7. Okay. So, for my subscribers, thank you so much for listening in. Where do I begin? Anyway, this is probably going to be a short broadcast. Last week, it was a little long, and because it needed to be long. And you know what's funny is because almost everything that I said last week was confirmed this week. That was what was so funny. Okay. So, where do we start, ladies and gentlemen? Where do we start? Okay. So, what they did was they just gave you a basic review. When they started off with, Remy, and she just tripped out, and Ryleigh, she was like, you'll never get a second chance to play me like that again. And I was looking at Ryleigh and I was like, you know what? I I mean, I was kind of feeling some kind of way because of what she did to Harry, but after seeing her demeanor and how she has a calm about herself, and it seems like she's like well rounded and she's able to relate to so many different groups of people. I'm kind of feeling Raleigh. I'm kind of feeling her because even though she's faced or she's put into positions where shit can just go haywire, and I could see Raleigh really giving somebody like the bee's eye is. For some reason or another, Riley, she really and truly knows how to handle herself like a lady, like a classy lady. And when she communicates with others, she's very intelligent. She's able to, talk to all kind of different groups of people from all walks of life. So I'm really feeling that. And it's crazy. So where do I begin? Where do I begin? Where do I begin? So, I mean, it's this, like I said, this review is not going to be that long because it was kind of short. So basically, let me think. I tried to rewind my DVR, but unfortunately, it's not rewinding. But anyway, so they show Remy Ma and Pap. They're sitting in this restaurant, and then Remy Ma. I don't know. Is it me? Maybe it's me. Again, maybe it might be my TV. But for some reason or another, Remy's mom pupils, her eyeballs, I don't know why they look so dilated and they look so big. I don't understand why her, I mean, I'm looking, I'm like, well, maybe it's the contacts. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, still, it looks so weird. I mean, I've been noticing that. I mean, I noticed it the last episode and this episode. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's the camera, but it's like every time it's like they focus on her, it's like her pupils, they look so freaking large, like a damn doll. And I'm like, every time I look at her, that's the only thing I see is these big ass fucking dilated pupils. And okay, so anyway, she's sitting down at the table with Papoose and stuff like that. And she's saying that how she was surprised that her mother and her sister and his mother, they didn't really go up to the jail, and they didn't see her like that, and the only person that was really there for her was Papoose. And I'm not gonna front, guys. I am not gonna front. I mean, I damn near cried. I mean, I was like, oh my god. I mean, I was like, damn. And then Papoose, he was looking at her like, okay. Like, you could tell, like, I mean, you could tell, like, Papoose, he just been through so much sorrow and so much pain with this girl. I mean, he was really like, he's at the point right now where he's like, you know what, can we just live, yo? Can we just live, and can we just enjoy you being out? Let's enjoy this money, let's enjoy this fame, let's enjoy everything, and let's live life. But like I said on my last episode, if you listen to my last episode, which was extremely long, I'm sorry about that, but I had to go into in-depth details. like I said before, I just think that it was a little bit too premature for Remy to just come out and just dive into the pool of sharks. I mean, I really don't think that she's ready for reality TV. I mean, like I said before, this woman, whenever I see her, even on her Instagram, and we'll talk about her Instagram really quickly too, but you could tell that she needs a lot of counseling. And anybody, I mean, not just Remy, I mean, anybody coming out of a situation like that, male or female. I mean, and I think that everybody who comes out of a situation like that, I think everybody should be like, they should be assigned like a counselor that they can see for a year straight. So they could talk about their feelings, they could talk about their experiences, they could talk about any resentment or any bitterness that they may have in their heart. Um, because I don't think that somebody just coming straight out and just jumping into society and just thinking that everything is just going to be an up and it's going to be an a-okay. I don't think that's healthy. And honestly, I never really looked at it until I'm able to actually see Remy again on how she acts on Instagram and how she's acting on TV, blowing up over the smallest things, crying, going through this emotional ups and downs. I mean, I'm just like, it's just sad because, the woman has been through so much. And now they're throwing her into an arena of people who are trying to get like fame. And here she is trying to get her fame back that she lost, and it's like she still is dealing with the fact that she's just now coming out. She's trying to keep up with everybody, as you see on her Instagram. And it's like, I think it's just too much. I really, really do think it's too much. And Pap, my goodness. Ladies, 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 ladies. Could you only imagine? I mean, I could only imagine like the women that are looking at the Pap and the Remy's relationship. And I mean, I can't even imagine like the jealousy that they may have in their heart because they wish that they had a man like Remy's man. Like Papoose, I mean, this man, I mean, I'm looking at him like, damn. I mean, dude was hanging out with Rich Dollars and DJ Self, those two ass creeps. You know what I mean? DJ Self, he's talking about fucking around with Yoma. He's bouncing Cardi B like a damn clown. And he's talking about picking roses. Rich Dollar giving him some quality advice, which I'm really surprised that Rich Dollars has some good advice like that. And he's talking about he just finished with daddy daycare and he put the women aside, he did this and he did that. And then you look to the side and you're looking at Papoose with a wedding ring on. Okay, let's talk about that. He has his wedding ring on, and he's had it on while she was in jail. Everybody knows that. I mean, he did countless interviews where his wife was in jail and he had a wedding ring on. How many men, for the women that are listening, and even for the men that are listening, how many men do you know? Okay, do you know is really wearing their wedding ring? I mean, let's talk about this. I mean, your boy Peter Gunz, isn't he married to Amina? And he don't wear his wedding ring. Menadices, he better wear his wedding ring because Yandy already said she was gonna cut his finger off. So he don't got no choice but to wear his wedding ring. But looking at Menadices, trust and believe he wants to take that bad boy off. But he knows that he better not. But really, really, I mean, even in real life and you're dealing with men who may just have average relationships, even men out here who have a good woman by their side. I mean, you can pay them to wear their wedding ring. And here you have Papoose. He has his wedding ring on. He's not running around with different women. He's not being a sneak and a creep like Peter Gunz. He's not bouncing bitches like basketballs like DJ Self and and Cisco and Rich Dollars. He's not doing any of that. And it's like I'm looking at Remy and I'm like, man, I mean, I'm not gonna even front. And I know that a lot of the Remy people who may be, like kissing her ass and they may love the shit out of Remy and they may love the shit out of Pat. Believe me, I do too. I love the relationship and I love the way it looks. I mean, I love the image, but I just got to keep it all the way funky with you guys. I do. And what I'm about to say, a lot of people are not going to like it. And you know what? I really and truly hope that what I'm about to say never ever comes to fruition. But from what I'm seeing, it is something just ain't right. Something is not right. And you know what's crazy is that it's not right coming from Remy's side. I know that's crazy, right? But it's true. I mean, I went and I looked at Remy Ma's Instagram today, and but she's done this before though. She's done this before. But I looked at her Instagram today, and I was kind of like thrown back because I saw Remy Ma in a bra, and I guess what you call like female boxers, or maybe that was her man's boxers and socks. And I'm looking at this chick like, are you fucking serious? I mean, I know that we're in 2016. And I understand that she's supposed to be a female rapper, this, that, and the third, and it's the culture. Look, I'm gonna let you guys know. Look, I'm a young chick, okay? I'm a young chick. I'm in my 30s, okay? But I'm sorry, guys. I mean, is there a reason why Remy Ma is on Instagram with her bra and panties on? I just want to know, why is she on Instagram with her bras and panties on? Especially if you have a good ass man such as Papoose on your side. Why the fuck can't he not be the only man to see you in your bra and panties? I mean, a bra and panties. I mean, I guess I'm from the old school, okay? I mean, I'm from the old school to the point where, you didn't walk around the house with your bra and panties on if you wasn't just around your sisters. Like if my sister was home or whatever, or my sisters was home, then it would be cool. I could walk around with my bra and panty. My mom's came home, same thing, bra and panty. But as soon as my brothers came home, no, 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 no. We had to put our clothes on, okay? We had to put on some pajama pants on and a pajama shirt. Same thing if my father came home, put your pants on, put the shirt on, cover up. I mean, back in the days, we wasn't raised that you would just be walking around the house with your bra and panty on, just so everybody could see. And not only that, I mean, you're on Instagram of all places with your bra and panty on. And you got a good ass man like Papoose, which is very, very fucking hard to find. I mean, they just don't make men like Papoose anymore. I mean, that is just like a rare diamond. Like, I know that she's been through a lot, but she better bet her lucky stars, okay, that she was able to find a man like Papoose, because they just don't manufacture men like that no more. And that's all the way funky. All the way funky. And I'm like, damn, you got a good man. He was by your side when you was down. He came and saw you often, more than your mother, more than your sister, more than his mother, more than your friends, more than anybody. You mean to tell me you can't even have a mind of your own to think Let me not go on Instagram, a social network where millions and millions of people could come and see me in my bra and panty. I mean, are you advertising for a new nigga? Who do you want to see you in your bra and panty? And this is why I have concerns. And like I said, I mean, I may get a lot of thumbs down for this, but hey, this is my opinion. And I'm like I said, I'm from the old school, and to me, that's just not right. I mean, I don't understand why she's in her bra and panty. But I guess that's how chicks are doing it, right? That's how we doing it in 2016. Okay. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I need to catch up with the times. But anyway, so DJ Self, he's talking about maybe he needs to go and pick some roses, and he really wants to make things right with Yoma. And I'm like, how many times does this man have to say that he is in love with Yoma? He introduced Yoma to his daughter. I mean, he got her, he has her on the show with him. Cardi B, I mean, to be honest with you guys, again, this is the show that keeps it all the way funky. I mean, you're gonna hear shit that you're not gonna hear from anywhere else. Cardi B, I mean, like I said, she's cute. She got a nice physique, but her ignorance level is like at the lowest, to the point to me that shit is just not even cute anymore. It's more so of an embarrassment. And I see why DJ Self is not really into her like that. And at first, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. She looked like Tahiri. She's a cute girl. She's young. I think she's under 25 years old. DJ Self, he got to be in his mid 30s, if not pushing 40. Why wouldn't he want to have a girl like Tahiri? Not Tahiri, a girl like Cardi B by his side? To be honest with you, I even think she looks better looking than Yoma. To me, Yoma just has that plain look, plain Jane look. She just, I don't know. Something about her is just really plain Jane. And I'm like, Cardi B is a cute girl, but it's like when she opens her mouth, it's like, man, and then I'm like, okay, I get it now. I get why DJ Self ain't trying to fuck with her, because I mean, it's one thing to be funny, but when you're so ignorant to the point where you're sitting down at a place where you're blowing glasses and you're making metal or whatever the fuck they was doing, and she was sitting down and talking about how she took an etiquette class and how they're doing things like the white people. I mean, that statement had me floored. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. Like, we are in the year 2016 and you're talking about doing things like what the white people do. Are you serious? I mean, I'm sorry. She need to uplift her ass up out the Bronx and travel, because black people do that and more. So I don't know what the hell is going on and why the hell Mona cannot get better people to be on the show. But that statement was just it was ridiculous. It just was ridiculous. It didn't make any sense. And you could tell that Bianca, when she made that statement, Bianca looked at her like, wow. And Bianca is younger than her, I think. And I could tell, like, Bianca's like, damn, this bitch is dumb, yo. What the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Even Mariah Lynn was looking at that bitch like, damn. And I was like, damn. And I was like, oh my God, I just can't believe it. And like I said in my first episode, I think it was my second episode, when I was saying that again, Cardi B, she's cute, blah blah blah, but the ignorance and the shit that she says, and I know she's supposed to be funny, but to me it's like, it's not even funny anymore. It's really not even funny anymore. I don't think it's funny. Maybe you guys might think it's funny, maybe you might think it's cute, but to me, I'm like, this shit ain't even funny no more. Like, straight up, this is some real elementary shit. Like, I mean, to be honest, my kids don't even talk like that. My children, they don't even talk like that. I mean, I know people I can't. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I talk to children, and I don't even hear children talk like that. I'm like, whoa. I mean, like, she really needs to like remove herself from the strip club and go and take a few classes, because to me that shit is just, it's just not cute no more. And I peeped, like I said in my last episode, it looks like they're not really giving her that much shine on the show. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's not going to be on season 7 or the next Love and Hip Hop New York. I wouldn't be surprised. And I know that she has a lot of following on Instagram and people love her, this and that and the third, but I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky. I mean, why does she need to be there? I don't think she's funny. I don't think anything is cute anymore. So anyway, so DJ Self, stop playing games with the women. And like I said in my last episode, when Rose, she pushed herself on him, and even he said it. She did. She pushed herself on him. And to be honest with you, a power player, I mean, just looking at DJ Self, come on, that man don't want no woman pushing on him. He wants to be the one pushing. You know, he wants a flower he can pick, like he said. And it ain't gonna be no roses. That kind of rose he picking. And talking about that rose that he's picking, when they was sitting at the table and Ryleigh, she was sitting down. I forgot that girl's name. I forgot. I think she's like a DJ or a DJ slash designer. She got a heavy voice. The one who was sitting next to Rose, and he was sitting outside, and Ryleigh was like, you know, I need to sit down with y'all and have some counsel. And I know they sliced and diced that fucking scene right there. And I know Ryleigh was like, yo, help me out with this girl, Rem. She tripped out. She flipped out. She's bipolar. Okay. And I'm sorry to say, but Remy is bipolar. She just be flipping the fuck out. I mean, again, you can go on her Instagram. She just bugs the fuck out. I don't know. And when you look at her, it's like her whole face just shit. It's like she turns into a different person. And I know those chicks was, you know, she's been through a lot. You know, give her a chance. And you saw her crying. And Ryleigh is like, okay, I'm gonna give this bitch a chance because I know she been through some shit. But please, she don't got no time for that. Ryleigh is trying to make that bread. She's trying to make that coin. She don't got time to sit down and be Remy's counselor. Because she barely could have been Tahiri's counselor. And Tahiri wasn't going through half the shit that Remy was going through. Tahiri had some problems with Joe Buttons because his ass was a fucking freak. And she needed some type of counsel from Ryleigh, some type of advice on how to get away from this motherfucker. And finally, she had the strength to get away from his ass. When he kneeled down on 34th Street, he asked her to marry her, and she was like, hell to the no. And that's when she picked up her bag and kept it moving and never turned back on that motherfucker again. So Ryleigh did not give her no good counsel. She was not there to be supportive during the time of when Tahiri was completely heartbroken and confused over Joe Buttons and his shenanigans. And this is what I'm saying, going back again to the Remy Ma situation. She could have easily ended up with a Joe Buttons, a Rich Dollars, a Cisco, a DJ Self, a Peter Gunz. But who she ended up with was Papoose. And I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong because I'm like, wait a minute, Papoose, he's a good ass lyricist. I mean, he could break anything down. He's an alphabetical slaughter. I mean, this guy needs, I mean, when he was down with what's his name? Damn, what's his name? Can't even think of that, DJ King or whatever. I don't even know his name right now. But when he was down with Homeboy and he kept like rejecting deals, that was his big mistake, is that he kept rejecting deals and people was giving him like $1 million contracts. And he just thought that he was the shiznick. And, you know, he was like, you know, he wanted the unlimited bank account. And then that shit just dried the fuck up to the point where nobody, I mean, I don't know, because I'm not in the music industry, but it was like, people's like, oh, word, you think you all that? Fuck that. I'm gonna make me somebody. And this nigga is like, he almost got blackballed. So anyway, I'm all over the damn place with this show. Um, yeah, so Ryleigh, she's sitting out there. They gave her good counsel, and they're like, just have bare patience with her or whatever. So it looks like she got back. She's cool with Remy Ma. That's that and the third. And again, you can easily go on the Instagram, on social media. You can see that they're cool. So all that shit that they're showing us is irrelevant because that's not what's happening in real time. In real time, they're cool. So anyway, so that meeting is over. So here we are, Yandy and Mo. Oh my goodness. And what I said in my last episode, Yandy is a manager. Okay. You don't hear Yandy talking about she's making dresses, shoes. She's a manager. She's a real estate broker. She's a baker. She's a just no. Not Remy. Yandy is doing one thing and one thing only and doing the job correctly, which is being a manager. And like I said, Yandy is going to invest some money in Mo, and that's exactly what she did. Did you see how Mo looked? I mean, you know what? Mo needs to keep the wig on. Keep the wig on until half of your hair can grow back. And you can get extensions everywhere. Because that shaved on the side with that Adidas slice, with that weave, that long weave, that does not look good on her. That green wig, that green Egyptian wig was the bomb. She had a nice shirt on, nice jeans. She looked good. You could tell that Yandy is putting something into this girl. And she didn't sound that bad in the studio either. I mean, even the guy who was at the mixer when she screamed something, and you could his eyes just lit up because he was like, "Damn, this girl got talent." And I was like, "Wow, Lexi really kind of like fucked up in a way." And I know they have French Montana there. And I think she's under the impression like French Montana is gonna be like on her track. I don't really know about that. I gotta see it to believe it. Cause I don't really think French Montana, I don't really think he's gonna be on no track. I'll be like I said, I'll be very, very surprised if he drop a couple lyrics on Lexi. I mean, Lexi is okay. I wouldn't say she's like the biggity bomb. If anything, from listening to what I've been listening to so far, I would kind of say like Mariah Lynn is pretty much up there with these girls. And now I'm having a clear understanding why Ali let Mariah Lynn perform at the show, because she just sounds good. Lexi got a lot of emotional issues that she's dealing with as well. And the friendship that she has with Mo is just so damaged. I mean, she's dealing with that. I mean, I don't really think Lexi is ready. I really don't. Not for no French Montana to be on no track. But anyway, I have to see it to believe it. Okay, so anyway, so they finished from the studio. Okay. And then Mo was in the studio with Yandy. And then all of a sudden Bianca is walking into the building with Cardi B. And then they come in the studio and Cardi B is talking about how she's not ready to fight because her wig is not on tight. Yeah, that was funny, I guess. And then, Bianca is like, "What are you doing in the studio with her?" And I was like, ugh. Like, that's not your man, chick. She was talking to Yandy like she was her man. Like, what are you doing in the studio with her? And I was like, what? And Yandy was like, "Excuse me? You don't pay my bills?" And I was like, damn sure right she don't pay her bills. What you questioning Yandy and asking her who she in the studio with? They need to let that beef like really, really go. Like, let that go. You guys fought in the past. Okay, go in the ring and just go and get whatever you guys need to get out of your system and get that money. Get that money. Like, whatever beef you guys have, like, argue, scream, go into a room and scratch each other's eyeballs out, do whatever you have to do, get it out of your system, and then get back to business, because you guys are missing the fuck out. And if they let this little ghetto ratchet ass beef destroy their career, these girls are fucking, I'm sorry. You already know what I was about to say. They really, really just wake the fuck up. Because they're damn near manufacturing people now. I mean, you really don't even need no talent anymore. All you need is a voice. And they'll slice and dice and Photoshop that shit. So they just need to wake the fuck up and get it out their system and get those fucking coins and be about that business like Yandy and like Ryleigh. So anyway, so Bianca's in there. She's flipping out. She's arguing. Yandy's trying to get her some attention. Like, bitch, just calm the fuck down. You know, like, did you see the fucking equipment that they had in that studio? That shit doesn't come from the 99-cent store. Okay, you're not gonna go to Walmart and pick up that equipment. That was some expensive ass equipment in there. And they're talking about having a throwdown, like a WWF match in that studio with all that fucking expensive ass equipment. Are you fucking serious? And when she threw the fucking drink, I mean, that shit probably splattered on like the monitors and the keyboard and shit like that. I mean, you could wipe it down all you want, but sometimes when you splash juice on something, you know, the shit starts getting stuck. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that she threw a fucking drink in there. Like, that shit was so fucking ratchet. And I'm like, these girls, you know, not she don't need one etiquette class. She needs plenty etiquette classes and she needs counseling. Because you don't go into no fucking studio with no expensive ass equipment like that and then pick that environment to have a throwdown. No, no, no. You don't do no shit like that because if anything breaks out this motherfucker, that will be coming out of your Love and Hip Hop check, okay? Shit. So anyway, so the bodyguards, you know, they separate them. They close that scene down. Then let me just go ahead and talk about this Peter Gunz shit. I mean, every time I think about this Peter Gunz shit and this Amina thing and this Tyra thing, it's just it's such a heavy weight. It's such a heavy weight talking about this fucking dready ass subject. I'm like, what the fuck? Why this nigga can't be a fucking papoose in this situation? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't understand. And could you only imagine, like, if Remy Ma had a dude like Peter Gunz? I mean, as soon as the bitch would have went into the courtroom, this nigga would have been in somebody else's bed. I mean, this nigga ain't loyal to nobody. Nobody. So, anyway, so let's just go ahead and talk about this Peter Gunz shit and just get it over with. So anyway, so Peter Gunz, he goes to Tyra's apartment. I see that she's not living in the same building anymore, which I knew that shit was game from the top. I had people in my chat room, you know, trying to give me situations where, you know, well, she just moved in, the bed is on. Please. That shit was staged. She never lived in a building from the jump with the girl. That shit was game to give the story more spice. Who in their right mind will live in the same building as their baby father's wife? I mean, I know that these women are going through some shit where it's clouding their fucking mind, but I doubt it if their mind is that clouded that they would even agree on some shit like that. I knew that shit was game from the jump. Okay. So anyway, so he goes to her apartment or whatever. And she opens the door. And this shit is about to get hot, what I'm about to say. So he comes in. It looks like Tyra has a hell of a nice apartment, especially from when she first was on Love and Hip Hop and she was living in the basement of some ratchet ass building in the Bronx or wherever the fuck she was at in Manhattan. I mean, it looks like she really stepped her game up. Them Love and Hip Hop checks coming in some sweet. She had a nice little leather couch, some nice carpet. It was looking really, really sharp and really, really nice. So Peter Gunz, he comes in. He's sitting on the couch. And she's like, I got something to tell you. And he looked at her like, what? She was like, well, I went to the doctor. And he looked at her like, okay. Like, he looked at her like, what are you about to say? And trust me, I don't think he was thinking about her saying that she was pregnant. I'm really getting the feeling that she was about to tell him something a lot worse than pregnancy. And to be honest with you, he better count his lucky stars that she wasn't sitting down to reveal something a lot worse, and we all know what that a lot worse could be. So when he was like, "What did the doctor say?" And she was like, "Well, then she was 18 weeks pregnant, and this nigga." And like I said, if you would have listened to my last episode, everything that I said then was confirmed on this episode about him leaving so many broken pieces and broken people behind. I mean, this man, he lowered his fucking head and he damn near cried. And he finally got a chance to realize that, I mean, this shit has gotten way out of control now, to the point where his so-called wife, Amina, which again, I think they only got married for the citizenship, but his so-called wife, I mean, blatantly goes on TV. I mean, what the fuck is this in 2016? Everybody's just like putting all this shit out on the fucking table and shit. Like, I mean, Cardi B talking about she just got up and farted, and I mean, everybody's just laying it all out. They just laying it all out. Remy Ma on the fucking Instagram with her panties and bras. I mean, they just laying it all out for 2016. And and he's like, he's realizing that this web that he has spun so out of control that he is now like severely caught up in his own web now. I mean, your wife went on national TV and announced to the whole damn world that she had an abortion, which I thought that was so inappropriate. And I really don't know why she said that. I think she could have said that she had a miscarriage, or, she could have said anything else. But why would you come out and tell everybody in the world that you had an abortion? Like, when the fuck has that ever been like the shit? Like, and then I heard like Cardi B, she admitted to some shit like that when I read something on the blogs today, and she was saying how she had an abortion, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is this what people are doing now? Just like confessing everything? And I'm like, I can't believe that Amina like really had to come out and let the whole world know like I had an abortion. Like, that's nothing to fucking be proud about. That shit is not cute. Okay, so Peter is like, he's crying. He's fucking crying. And when Peter put up his head, all I could see, guys, all I could see was a man that is pushing an old age. I mean, before you know it, this man will be an elderly man, senior citizen. And you could see all the pain in Peter's face. I mean, he damn sure he has like these lines in his face from all the pain that he's been going through, that he can't even erase those lines of pain. And he's just like sitting there like helpless. And I'm looking at this man like, you really, really allowed yourself to be so sexually involved with lust that you just have all these children, all these broken relationships. Your wife had an abortion that she announced to the whole entire planet. Your ex baby mom's is pregnant. I mean, this is just, it's just on a whole nother level of sadness and pain. And like I said before, people could say what they want about Tara, and I don't know why the hell, okay, is Tara taking like pictures of her pregnancy. She took like a picture with her painted in gold, and then she took another picture in the fur with her belly out. I'm looking at this woman like, woman, would you stop? Are you trying to do like a Kim Kardashian move? Like, there's nothing cute about what you're doing right now. That doesn't look cute. Those pictures, they don't look cute. And they're not going to be on the cover of Parent Magazine. I mean, who is she taking these pictures? Where are these pictures going? Who wants these pictures? So so Peter Gunz, he's crying and he's saying, once I tell Amina, she's gonna think this and that. Of course she's gonna think that. But I know that she's not gonna be dumb enough to think, well, everything was in the clear. She knew something was wrong, and that's why her ass carried her ass down to the clinic and got rid of your fucking child, because she knows that you're a fucking creep and you'll never change. And she has one child now. She'll deal with you, use his ass up, and find somebody new. And that's the best advice. If Amina's listening to the show, let me tell you something. Take your one child, deal with this nigga shit, protect yourself, not only birth control, but condoms and whatever method you can use to protect yourself, because this man is a fucking loose cannon. And deal with your one child. You're still young, and eventually you can move on to another relationship. There's plenty of men who would not mind dating Amina. She's not an ugly woman. She's not out of shape. She has talent, and she only has one child. She can get herself somebody else who is way more better than Peter. I mean, Peter is like a recycled garbage can. Like, really? This nigga has a lot of trash, a lot of luggage. I mean, he's worse than some women with children. And I'm looking at Peter and I'm like, damn, I know, the only thing that I know was going through this man's head is like, I got like 1,000 kids and I'm about to have like 1,001 now. And could you just imagine the child support bill that this man has? I mean, this shit is just racking up. I mean, they probably charging his ass $100 a minute for every time a child is born. I mean, this shit just don't even make any sense. This man, I think he's doing these Love and Hip Hop shows for free at this point. I don't even think he's getting paid anymore. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the clothes that he's wearing, the sneakers that he has on, I mean, they must just be donating that shit to him, because this nigga got mad child support bills. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end it with those three musketeers, because I am just done with them. I was done with them from the first episode, and we're still continuing on with this fucking madness. Still continuing on with this madness. So I really wish them luck. And I don't know how this is going to play out, but I kind of have a feeling that Amina is going to finally wake up and move on. Like, just remove yourself out of this vicious triangle. Let those two idiots stay together, and you go find yourself a man with some money and some love in his heart, please. Because Peter, he's all dried up now. He's completely done. And even he said that. I mean, he's saying that a lot of people are saying a lot of things about him. And he's starting to think that maybe he's just a fucked up person. I don't think that Peter is a fucked up person. Like I said in my last episode, I just think that Peter has done so much damage to so many women. And he has children out here with broken hearts that he's like, just like, fuck it. He just doesn't even care anymore. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And he's at a point like, okay, if Tara don't want me, I'll go to Amina. If Amina don't want me, I'll go to Tara. If Tara don't want me, I'll go. And it's just like a ball that's being bounced back and forth. And he's just like, he just doesn't even care. Like, I mean, this man, he's just swimming towards retirement, with no money in the bank. He just don't even care anymore. He really, really don't. And it's sad. It really is sad. I don't even want to talk about it no more, because it's that disgusting. So let's move on. Let's move on to the lovebirds. So Remy and so anyway, so Rich Stylist gave Papoose some advice when they was at the pool room. And he was like, I think that you should just have a meeting with Papoose's moms because Remy, I guess she has some type of resentment in her heart because she wanted Papoose moms to be there. And I think she heard through the grapevine that Papoose moms probably didn't want him to be with Remy Ma. And I guess she felt that, her son at that time, he was, into the rap game. He probably was, bringing in some type of coins. He was making some type of money. And I'm sure people invited him to do shows and all this shit. But as his mother said, he even fell into depression. And when I looked at Papoose, knowing that he's a Pisces and knowing his life path number, I'm not really surprised when his mother said that. I really wasn't. When Remy Ma was going through what she went through in jail, not only did Remy Ma go through pain and hurt, but so did Pap. And everything that she felt, he felt it too. He's a genuine person, and he really, really probably gave up a lot for Remy. He probably didn't even do a lot of shows. He probably didn't do a lot because I guess he didn't want Remy Ma to feel like he was having the time of his life and he was going on with his career and she was locked up in jail. So I kind of think that Papoose may have worded his career down. And that really concerns me because again, we all want this to work and it should work. It really should. But I'm going to go ahead and keep it real with you. Papoose is a Pisces. Remy Ma is a Gemini. And for those who are into astrology, you and I know that on the scale of 1 to 5, with a Gemini and a Pisces being successful in a relationship is it's extremely low. I mean, those signs, they may be good for friends, but as far as a relationship goes, everlasting, long lasting, you can look it up yourself. It's just scientifically, it really don't go together. It really doesn't. And if I'm wrong, hey, prove me wrong and let me see. Tell me what successful relationships that you know of that a Gemini and a Pisces have everlasting, long lasting relationships. It doesn't even matter if you guys are compatible with the astrology or whatever, because if you're with a jerk, you're with a jerk. It doesn't matter if you're compatible. I mean, that's true in itself. But personality wise, it's just it really I just gotta keep it real. And people may hate me from what I'm saying. People may thumbs it down. They may put a lot of nasty remarks, and I'm ready for that. But I'm just here to keep it gully and keep it all the way gully with you. It doesn't, I don't know. It just astrologically speaking, it ain't really what's up. And you know how I know? Because I have a sister, okay, who was a Pisces, okay, and she dated a Gemini. And trust me, in the beginning, we couldn't put hot water on their ass, stuck like two pit bulls together to separate that ass. And let me tell you, it was like fire and ice at the end. They're good friends now, but it didn't last. And I really and truly hope that it lasts. And it should, because, like I said, if Remy Ma is smart enough, she would know that the creeps that we have out there are very, 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 very far and in between. That you're going to find a good man. I mean, you're going to find a lot of creeps, a boatload of creeps. I mean, every corner you turn, you can look under your bed creep, in the bathroom creep, in the closet creep, in the hallway creep. Everywhere you go, it's a creep, creep, creep. And you'll be creeping for days before you bump into that good, good guy. So if she has a good head on her shoulders and she knows that the support that this man has given her, unlike her moms, her sister, his mother, nobody supported her the way he has, she better think twice, 3 times, 4 times, a million times before she even thinks about going with somebody else. But again, going on Instagram, I mean, you being out not even a year, or maybe she's been out for a year. I mean, you're just doing too much to me. I mean, it's just too much. You don't got to be out there with your panties and bras. There's lots of celebrities who's been on Love and Hip Hop, except for Mimi Force, who did a, whatever. But there's a lot of celebrities, couples who've been on Love and Hip Hop, and you don't have to go out like that. You really don't, especially for a man who's been there for you 100%. So anyway, so she's sitting down with his moms and she's bringing up what I just explained about his mother, thinking that, you could probably move on and find yourself somebody else. But, of course, Pap didn't want to do that. And she said that she saw that Pap went into a depression. And it was hard for her to see her son in that situation, knowing that he really didn't have to do that. And that's why I love Papoose so much, is because he really, really didn't have to do that. And I don't know any men in real life who would do what Papoose did. I just don't know any men like that. And I know my girlfriends, I called a couple of my girlfriends and I was like, do you know any dudes like that? And they said, no, they don't know any dudes like that. So I have to commend Papoose for what he's done. But like I said in my previous episode, and I'm going to say it again, I mean, it's just something about Papoose. He's just changed. And I don't know, does marriage do that? I guess, when you get married, I guess men do change. But I do see that he's changed. And I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with him. I just think that he's taking on so much baggage from his wife and her depression that he doesn't look like all the way 100% happy. So she's sitting there talking about how she may not even want her own mother at her wedding. And he's like, no, she's going to be there. And she's like, no, I'm not. And you could tell the aggression. Again, the aggression was coming out. And, I really believe that if his mom's wasn't there, she would have bullied him and be like, no, my mother, because that's how Remy is. She's very aggressive. And even his mom said the same thing. She was like, calm down, take a chill pill, and stop with all of this aggression. Am I surprised? No, because that's what I see. So, his mother, I guess she cleaned it up a little bit and she was like, I'm sorry if you misunderstood me, but I just don't do the jail thing, blah, blah, blah. But I know she was lying. Just looking at that woman and looking at Remy, how she responded, I could tell that Papoose moms, I don't think she really likes Remy Ma. She don't really like her. I mean, just from the body language and just like how she was looking at her. And even after they cleaned it up, even Remy, like her expression and the way she looked up and she had her eyes roll back, I could tell she wasn't really feeling his mother. But it's too late because they married. But it didn't look like they have like a really, really good relationship. So anyway, that's that. I'm not gonna even talk about that no more. I just wish them luck. And like I said, I think if Remy needs any good advice, she really needs to go to counseling. I mean, she needs to be at the counseling office like at least once a week for a whole year, because I mean, it's so much shit that she has to like let out her system that she hasn't let out yet. And it's sad because I could see that that Papoose is a good guy. And it's like, how much pain do you have to endure? I mean, he's like her daily counselor. I mean, it's like he's always giving her like that pep talk and saying to give her strong. And it's like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not gonna even talk about those two anymore. Let's move on to Mariah Lynn and this little Cisco situation and her and Rich Dollars. I think that shit is staged. I mean, you mean to tell me these two creepy ass men who has some dime ass bitches with some fucking weight on their back, on their booty, okay? They're fighting over little Mariah Lynn? I think not. I think that's staged. I think that's all the way fake. You can't tell me that they're fighting over her little bony ass because I'm not even falling for it. Okay. I'm not gonna fall for that. So yeah. So anyway, Mariah Lynn, she's with Rich Dollars, and then she's with Cisco, and then they meet at the bar, and then I guess the next episode we'll be talking about that. Um so as I said in my last review, it got better, and to be honest with you, I really, really just can't wait until this whole shit is over with. This season was, I think, one of the worst love and hip hop seasons I've ever seen. And I know they're trying to slice and dice and put the best shit on it. And I was thinking, okay, Remy Ma and Papa's gonna be on it. It should be like the biggity bomb. But to be honest with you, it's like fucking pulling teeth. I mean, this shit is the worst, even at the best. And just can't wait till Love and Hip Hop Atlanta comes on. K Michelle, her show is supposed to be coming on. Stevie J and Jocelyn, they have a little show coming on. So all these things I'm looking forward to. And like I said, I'm gonna hurry up and continue and do my due diligence. I made a commitment. I said that I was gonna do my review on this Love and Hip Hop shit. But please, I just want this shit to hurry up, be over with, because I am just done. I mean, this shit was fucking totally, I'm going to keep it all the way New York with you. This shit was fucking whack. Whack, whack, whack on every fucking level. Even at its best, the shit was whack. And I could see Yandy coming back. Of course, Rich Dollars, he's coming back. Cisco, they going to slide his stupid ass up in here. DJ Self, he might be coming back. He might. Um, Yoma. I don't know about Yo Rose. Ryleigh, she's definitely coming back. Lexi and Mo, Bianca. I'm like, of course, Peter Gunz and Tara and Samina. They coming back with a drama filled ass. But I mean, look at the people I'm mentioning, man. I mean, this is what they represent as New York. This shit was sorry, man. This shit was real fucking sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go tonight. It looks like Ashley, Stevie J, and Jocelyn looks like they're actually on tonight. I'm here chit-chatting with you guys and I'm missing out. It looks like Stevie J and Jocelyn have stepped it up. They living in California now, and I need to get the fuck off this broadcast and watch some shit that's going to be really entertaining and real, not no stage fucking shit like somebody's in kindergarten and they can't tell what's real and fake. All right, good night.